A family, as defined by Wikipedia, is a group of two or more people related by blood, marriage, or adoption. The nuclear family, often seen as the basic unit of society, is where many of us begin our journey. But what happens when that unit becomes something different? What happens when a family becomes a brand? When living rooms turn into sets, private moments are packaged for viewers, and your identity is shaped not by your choices, but by reality TV edits. Meet the Johnstons. On the surface, Seven Little Johnstons is an uplifting story that follows parents Amber and Trent, both little people, raising 5 children in rural Georgia. Their family reflects diversity with their 2 biological kids, Jonah and Elizabeth, and 3 adopted children, Anna, Emma, and Alex, from Russia, China, and South Korea, respectively. The show's viewers initially cheered them on for overcoming challenges tied to dwarfism, but as the show evolved over 15 seasons, a darker narrative emerged, one of favoritism, emotional control, sibling division, and a consistent thread of marginalization aimed at one of the adopted daughters, Anna. Over time, Anna became the family's black sheep and is now as good as being exiled from the family. But the rift between her and her family didn't happen overnight. It happened gradually over a period of time that started from her first time meeting the family. In one of the earliest interview sessions, Amber revealed that Anna struggled with English, given that she was adopted from Russia. But the tone didn't feel right, and since then they have had constant battles, arguments, and whatnot. They have also been in a weird kind of competition since Amber enrolled in the same college as Anna. Although they are enrolled in different fields, this still caused a further rift between the mother and daughter, as Anna decided not to walk on their graduation day and later went on to not participate in the graduation ceremony entirely, citing a desire to avoid attention and a feeling that her experience was overshadowed by her mother's.
Anna, you excited to graduate?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah.
I just couldn't tell if you were at a funeral or at a graduation.
But the 7 Little Johnstons have not always been at each other's throats. In fact, they were loved in their earlier days because of the simple nature of the show and how they managed to maneuver the challenges involved in the life of a little people.
When you are in a relationship and you happen to have that person spend the night with you or something, I want to be far away, so I'd rather take the room across the house than being right next door.
Nah.
Or else I'm going to have to lay on my good ear so my deaf ear don't hear anything.
Nah, I want you to hear my bed squeak.
Oh. Holy crap. I wasn't going there, but okay. Oh, Anna.
Today's video peels back the polished veneer and examines what lies beneath, revealing abuse masked by laughter, affection manipulated for ratings, and the destruction of genuine connection in favor of a stage-managed reality. When the show first premiered back in 2015, it was well received by the general populace, as TLC specified that the main goal of the show was to normalize dwarfism by giving audiences a deep dive into the lives of little people. And for the first few seasons, the show revolved around their everyday lives, focusing on the lives of Amber and Trent at the time, who just had 2 kids with achondroplasia. When Anna arrived as a 3-year-old child from Siberia, her small stature was celebrated as she was another little person joining the family. Anna had been left in an orphanage by her biological parents due to her condition, and when another biological family was contacted concerning her, they all bailed upon finding out that she was small. And so was the case until Trent and Amber were contacted.
When they called Anna's name, it's a proud moment. It seems like it was just yesterday. This lady contacted Amber out of the blue to tell us about this child.
She's 3 years old. She was placed for adoption because she had dwarfism. Anna had had multiple families that came for her, but once they realized she was little, they left. I'm at home with my 2- and 4-year-old at that time, and I'm like, okay, this is like one of our children sitting in an orphanage somewhere. And she's not only in Russia, but she's in Siberia. Trent came home that day, and I was like, look, I found our daughter. He's like, I didn't know we lost her. I said, no, I don't have any pictures, or really I don't have information about her.
She needs a home. She needs a mom and a dad. And that's all Amber kept saying is,
As soon as they heard her story, they rushed to get her and were successful, bringing her back and welcoming her to her new home.
And she's never seen little people before.
Anna. Hey. I see you.
so then I just picked her up and I kind of like walked around the playground.
But as time went on, they realized that Anna had a problem with understanding English, making deeper integration rocky. Amber struggled early on and was later quoted describing Anna as hard to parent in a tone that carried hints of disapproval more than understanding. That was the origin of Anna's problems, and as she grew, more subtle differences began to emerge. She would often find herself on the outskirts of familial interactions. She was left out of playful banter, redirected in conversations, and visibly uncomfortable in group scenes. While some fans might have dismissed these signs as TV editing, other fans saw it as a warning sign of unequal treatment that would become harder to ignore later on. By the time she was in 8th grade, Anna got into some trouble with her school, an occasion that revealed the level of unfairness that she faced in the family. When the news broke to them that Anna spray painted her name on a school wall, Trent and Amber's punishment for her wasn't the normal grounding that most kids got for such acts. Their punishment was more like an erasure. Anna had almost all her clothes seized, and she was immediately restricted to only 5 pairs of clothes, 2 pairs of socks and underwear, and 1 jacket, for consecutive weeks. Now that wasn't strict parenting at any length. It was dominance at best and insecure bullying from her parents at worst.
We got a call today from the principal, and Anna admitted to spray painting her name on the side of the school. We have never received a phone call from an administrator, ever. It's very disappointing. No cell phone, no computer. We're taking away all the clothes. You'll have 5 pairs of pants, 5 t-shirts, 1 jacket, and a pair of tennis shoes. She's pretty much still grounded. She is allowed to use the computer for school purposes. Okay, kids, it's time to do your homework. In disappointing Anna, it's a lot. At the same time, what transpired at school is major.
This is going to help her remember and think about the choices that she's made.
What are you doing? Good Lord. Are you sure?
The fans of the show weren't on board with the punishment either, with one fan saying, "I get with the clothes thing of she was bullying or something, not for this though," referring to the spray painting incident. Another called them out on their actions, saying, "The fact that Amber and Trent treat Anna like crap compared to the other kids makes me sick." At this point, it seemed like everybody but Amber and Trent could see the inequality in treatment of their children, but it didn't stop there. Much later, at a Little Persons Association conference, Anna, who was 18 at that time, snuck out one night to spend time with peers and have some fun. But this was against the rules set by her parents. Plus, when she was questioned about her actions and whereabouts that night, she lied to them.
Anna, decided to go into someone's hotel room without ever letting us know, and, made some poor choices.
And not only did she break the rules, what really hit home with us is when we confronted her about it, she was dishonest and she lied about it. You're caught. We know what you did. You're standing in front of us.
The biggest thing too is we have taught our kids, you're probably going to get in trouble for breaking the rules. But you are going to get in more trouble for breaking the rules and then lying and not fessing up to what you did. What has made Anna do so great for a year is the fact that Trent and I removed her from situations that she, hadn't been doing so great in for such a long time. Unfortunately, we go to a conference where there's a lot of people and a lot of excitement, and this is proof that Anna still has trouble being able to handle all of that.
Once again, Anna was severely punished for breaking the rules, and this time the punishments or sanctions would go on for years, long into her adult life. As an adult, she received heavy sanctions as she was denied a car, had delayed driving privileges, and required a curfew whenever she went out. yet her younger siblings Emma and Alex, still teens, were given full freedom to roam all week. Amber's control felt singularly focused on Anna, and once Anna realized that she started distancing herself from the family, she would not partake in conversations. She always stayed on the outskirts during physical meetings. One time with the whole family present in the kitchen, Anna just lingered around and wouldn't say anything to anyone until Amber asked her questions directly, while Anna responded coldly.
So what have you been up to, Anna?
School, work.
Well, we don't see you or hear from you, so I'm trying to engage, especially right now. What have you been up to besides?
I haven't done anything else besides school, work, make bracelets for the business.
Good.
Business good?
It's decent. On and off, busy.
Soon enough, it now became obvious to fans that a hierarchy had emerged in the Johnstons family. The said hierarchy was more like a rigid emotional pecking order for their children by Trent and Amber. First on the table is Elizabeth, or Liz for short. She is their golden child, and no matter what she does, it seems like she could never do wrong in the eyes of her parents. At only 20 years of age, Liz got pregnant, breaking one of their most sacred family rules. But after finding out, Amber responded with forgiveness, financial support, a brand new car, and a place to live for her with her baby. Amber didn't miss on anything for Liz, also throwing a baby shower for her and also doing a gender reveal party too.
So tonight is the gender reveal for Liz and Bryce's baby.
You hold this and you twist the barrel.
Trent gets one cannon, I get the other cannon. We divide, team girl versus team boy.
Ready?
Ready?
Hold on.
1, 2, 3. Oh, dear God.
You twist the barrel. Twist the barrel.
I can't.
Don't worry, we have 21 more weeks until this baby's due.
Why is this so hard?
That's what she said.
Hold on to help me do this. I'm like turning like hell. It's very slippery.
Jonah, watch your arm.
And now for the big reveal. Pink for girl and blue for boy.
1, 2, 3.
Now everybody knows that we're having a girl.
Anna, for lesser infractions, faced public humiliation and an ongoing estrangement. A few months after announcing her pregnancy, Liz and her partner Bryce welcomed their new baby girl.
Look how far we've come, my baby.
But only after a few months of living together, Liz and Bryce broke up and went their separate ways. Liz confessed that after a while, the relationship lost most of its spark, and the living together felt more like they were roommates and less like they were lovers in a relationship. She Alps added that she was not ready for such an arrangement, citing her parents as a couple that have kept it spicy for over 2 decades.
So Bryce and I are no longer living together. We have separated. Us living together, it felt more like roommates than we were actually in a relationship. And I could not live like that because I'm not a person who wants to be in a relationship where there doesn't feel like there's any love or any just, I don't know, spark. Because I grew up with parents who, you know, have continued to keep it going for 20-something years. And I want that. But I can't do it with somebody who is just okay with being in a fine relationship, being in a mediocre relationship. And I can't be in a mediocre and fine relationship because that's not who I am.
Although they got back together shortly before Liz announced her pregnancy, and almost a year after baby Leighton was born, Bryce proposed to Liz while they were on a beach, and she said yes. Their engagement in May this year, as announced by Liz, confirms they are romantically involved and planning a future together. They continue to co-parent Leighton with their social media posts, as well as 7 Little Johnstons episodes showing them united as a family, such as celebrating Leighton's first birthday and holidays together. While their relationship has faced challenges, including a brief separation, their engagement marks a significant step forward. The next person after Liz on the emotional pecking order is Jonah, the protected son of Trent and Amber. Currently 25 years old and the oldest of all their kids, he currently lives with his parents. In previous seasons, he has confessed to struggling with anxiety and depression, leaving fans to speculate that that was the reason for his negative experience with synthetic drugs. See, sometime back in 2023, Jonah freshly moved out of his parents' house, was staying with a friend in a shared apartment. And during one fun night, he decided to try Delta-8 THC, which is a legal cannabis mimic. After taking the psychoactive substance, he started panicking and eventually called his parents, confessing his sins.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of changes, I know.
We have to.
Jonah has expressed to me that he has anxiety and depression and is seeking help for it. Since he has, I've seen changes in him, and that's good because, this time last year, I could just tell he was struggling.
What was Trent and Amber's reaction to their son and firstborn child doing drugs? Well, they simply moved him back home, forced him through therapy, and read his private messages with his girlfriend, Ashley.
I'm still processing it.
When the incident went down and we were trying to get answers and figure out what's going on, we became really nosy parents. We took Jonah's phone. We read messages between you guys.
The fact that they went through his phone, it kind of scared me. In that moment, I was like trying to retrace back to okay, did I say something wrong? Did I offend? One little thing could trigger anything. I was just hoping that I didn't do anything and just was trying to rack my brain around it.
If it happened normally, I would be really upset if my parents were to look through my phone. But given the circumstances with Delta-8, they definitely had a say-so in going through my phone at that time.
Jonah's parents claim that they only went through his texts because they were worried about him, and they wanted to know how long his use of Delta-8 has been on for. If Ashley was doing it with him, they had all sorts of reasons for their actions. And though they were extremely invasive, Amber and Trent defended Jonah. Their trust in him never wavered. Fans, at times, have speculated the issue might have been more serious than just THC. Possibly it was heroin or meth, or even just a larger dosage of the Delta-8, and this was all because the family framed it far more dramatically than it warranted. One fan alleged that the Delta-8 was just a cover story for something more serious. Another says they were overreacting, behaving like he had just shot heroin, and others say that it got to them that Jonah's parents saw it fit to go through his phone over the incident. Overall, Jonah seems fine so far these days. He's still living with his parents, working his job as a car salesman, and still in contact with Ashley, who is expected to make an appearance again in the new season of the show. Now, to the somewhat favored duo on the hierarchy, the youngest ones in the family and probably the least talked about duo on the show, Emma and Alex, the young and favored siblings. First up, Emma, the young and adorable child from China who has grown up American, has not exactly shied away from trouble, especially since she and Alex had their falling out with Anna. The whole controversy started when Anna, the black sheep of the family, decided to not attend the graduation ceremony of her two younger siblings due to internal disagreements in the family between herself and their mom, Amber. And this drove a rift between the two sisters, as Emma was really hurt by Anna's absence, causing her to make a sad post on her TikTok account that showed just how deeply she felt. Emma kept on pulling farther and farther away from Anna, especially as she's at home with their mother, who was probably trying to win her over. This tug of war really took its toll on Emma, as she admitted in one of her live streams with Anna. In said stream, she was asked by a fan if she felt like she was stuck in the middle, to which she replied, "Oh yes, since the beginning."
Oh, someone said, Emma, do you feel stuck in the middle? Oh yes. Since the beginning. Unfortunately. But
you old now. He's old.
And later in the same live stream, Emma confirms to the fans that their mother does not allow her to talk to Anna anymore, explaining that it's why they have to do so secretly on live streams.
I love you.
Emma, does your mom not allow you to talk to Anna? Nope. Nope. That's why we have to do it secretly, unfortunately.
Over time, it seems more like Amber won in the end, with Emma subsequently making posts critical of Anna and often throwing her under the bus with her ill comments. One time, Emma totally went off on Anna on a live stream, called her all sorts of names, blamed Anna for her sadness, and ended it with what must have been her own justification for such acts in her head. She said Anna unfollowed her, didn't attend her and Alex's graduation ceremony, and not even hers nor her mother's. She also missed their senior prom, causing Emma so much hurt with all these absences leading to more and more hatred from her sister. With Emma going as far as even ignoring Anna entirely in one of her live streams, not wanting to say anything to her. And some fans chose to speak their mind on the matter, with one calling Emma out for her terrible actions towards her sister Anna, saying Emma was jealous of Anna as she keeps choosing to write nasty comments about Anna on her social media. Also adding that she's joined forces with Amber and Liz in their apparent dislike for Anna. Another fan suggested that all the beef is happening because of Anna's new boyfriend who was black, saying the family weren't accepting him, and that's the reason why they all seem to be against Anna. With another fan showing surprise with the conclusion, and also saying that she would hate to entertain the idea that a family so diverse would not accept an African-American boyfriend. Emma's initial response to all the criticism she was getting was first a total block out. She even posted a story saying she was blocking all the haters. But eventually, Emma saw the flaws in her ways, especially after she was heavily criticized by her own fans and fans of the show. And she decided to make an apology video to the fans, and Anna also. In the said video, she said that she shouldn't have said any of the negative stuff that she said against her sister, saying that it was not her place to say any of that stuff, and she should have kept it all between herself and her sister. She says she's learning from her mistakes, and she's not perfect either, and would no longer be discussing family issues with her fans on social media.
This is an apology video. I want to come on here because I see what you guys are saying. I see the comments, I see the live, I see the DMs, I see it all, and I just want to apologize to what I did and what I said on that live was not my business, was not my place to ever have said it. I should never said it. I should have kept that between my sister, and I know how it affected, and I know you guys are not happy of what I did, not happy of the choices I made, and I'm learning from my mistake of what I did because I'm not perfect, and what I did was not perfect, and it was not my business to ever say it. So now I learned from my mistake to keep my mouth shut and do not discuss any family situation or any of it, because I see how it hurt a lot of people, and I just shouldn't ever even came on that live and said it to you guys.
The whole apology didn't really feel like how an apology should feel. It was very robotic. It didn't have any of the emotions that her videos criticizing her sister had, and fans came after her again. One fan said that the whole apology sounded so insincere, echoing the general consensus, while another fan suggests that Emma should direct the apology to Anna, as she was the one that was hurt and not the fans, adding that Anna and the relationship that they shared were the important things and that too much social media isn't good. But Anna did not hold any grudges against Emma as she responded to the apology with a heartfelt message, telling Emma that they were going to be sisters for life. The last child on the Johnstons family emotional pecking order is Alex, the adopted child from South Korea. As a young child, Alex was once very cheerful and playful, but he has since become withdrawn and reserved, mimicking the family's emotional suppression. Petty jabs from both toward Anna reinforce the toxic environment. He has also come to air his frustrations at the fact that his older sister Anna was not present in a number of their milestones marking functions at school and was also absent for his birthday.
Come on.
Anna hasn't really been present for my graduation or mom's graduation or mom's pinning ceremony, but she did show up for the planting of Poppy's tree, and I'll admit it was a little awkward because, like, she didn't say a word to us when she came in, and of course, I mean, I was still kind of mad that she wasn't at our graduation, so there were some slight tensions, but it was just more awkward than anything.
My goal is messy. We're inside by 2.
Seeing her definitely hurts a lot because she didn't like go to our graduation, which that was a big thing. And then I know Poppy's planting the tree is a big thing too, but just seeing her, like, why couldn't she go to our graduation and then also come here to our house?
I don't think we're gonna get too bad. If just in case if we're pushing 3, then we don't have to shout.
Since the graduation party, things got worse. There's a lot of factors between parents telling certain siblings to not talk to me, them not telling me family members are in town. I don't know, there's a lot of So I did not want to come to Alex and Emma's graduation because I did not want things to blow up when this day is about them, and they do not deserve to deal with things blowing up.
As for Anna, the black sheep of the family who has been a repeat victim of insecure jabs taken by members of her family, grossly unfair treatment, harsh punishments for her slip-ups, and total hate and contempt from her family. After the graffiti incident at her school that resulted in a total seizure of almost all of her clothes, and the LPA incident that meant she didn't enjoy the same privileges as her siblings, Anna realized that she had to get her own stuff and take care of herself. So she enrolled in a college, a decision that her parents initially opposed as they wanted her to go to a different school for that. But they later agreed and moved on. She went on with her application and started life as a college student. Shortly after, her adoptive mother enrolled and joined her in the same school that they didn't want her to go to in the first place. Her reasoning behind this is that she has always wanted to finish schooling, as she wasn't able to do so as a child, and it also meant a lot for her dad, who was Anna's grandfather, that all 3 of his children finished college. Since they were studying different majors, it was probably easier for both of them to get along, as they didn't have to sit in the same classes every day. Eventually, they both finished college, and then came their graduation. Anna, seeing how everyone in her family was excited for their mom finally finishing college, and no one would say anything about her, she then decided that she wasn't going to go on and walk on that day. A decision that surprised everyone, as the family didn't take it lightly. From ongoing conversations in the show, it seemed like nobody cared what Anna was doing, graduating or not. They were all focused on Amber, and she made sure she had all the attention.
Things did not go good at the graduation party. I did not feel great. So right now, I do not know if I want to be around my parents.
Period. I wouldn't want to be around them either.
So I got to figure that out. We'll do it this week. How come Anna's not going to like participate in her graduation? A while back, you remember in the kitchen when I said, verify, you're on track to graduate. She said, yes. I said, all your credits and everything? She said, yeah. And I said, fantastic. That is just great news. I said, let's do senior like graduation pictures and things like that. And she's like, no, I don't want to.
Look at her face.
And I said, we will pay for it. Let's celebrate it. And then I said, all right, are you walking? You going to participate in your commencement ceremonies? And she says, no.
Anna and I are graduating from the same college, Middle Georgia State University, obviously with different degrees. I'm in social work and she's in business.
On that day, the family, excluding Anna, was present at the graduation ceremony, and when they called Amber's name, there was a cheer and a round of applause for her. She also invited her dad to stage, and they embraced in a moment that would have been totally wholesome had Anna been there too.
Of Atrium Health Madison Rehab Hospital, and will be pinned by her father, Andy Stormer.
So having my dad here was extra special. This was one of my goals as well, was to, be able to have my dad say all 3 of his kids have graduated from college.
Ms. Johnson would like to say, as I prepare to graduate with my Bachelor of Social Work, I am deeply grateful to all who have supported me on this journey. My family's unconditional love and sacrifices, the expertise and mentorship of my professors, the camaraderie of my fellow students, and the guidance of my internship agency have all played pivotal roles in shaping me to be the speaker I am today.
How proud are you of being able to actually pin your daughters?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It was, she's my first. Her mom and I were both high school dropouts, and it was always a goal of ours for the kids to graduate. I couldn't be more proud. Come here.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you very much.
It was a tough, and this was a tough program. I am the only little person in my family.
But Anna was away and the family didn't seem to even notice. On the Johnston's family Instagram account, there were posts about Amber and the rest of the family celebrating her graduation. Even Alex and Emma had posts of their high school graduation on the page. Can you guess the only person that was not posted? That's right, Anna. The daughter that literally went to the same school as her mother and graduated on the same day. There were no posts, no tags, no acknowledgement. It was almost as if she was cut off from the family and was no longer a member. The sole post of her graduation came from Anna herself, where she borrowed a gown from her older brother Jonah and took some pictures, but even that act caused another problem for her with Amber.
So when I came to Mom and Dad's house, I was walking in looking for my cap and gown from high school, but I could not find it. I was looking everywhere, so I just took Jonah's just because I didn't think it was an issue just to borrow something from the family member, because I was going to give it back. We've always borrowed and have, taken stuff to use from each other. Then it's like, oh, let's find something else. Let's get mad that Anna took graduation photos. If there's no way in the world I'm gonna get mad at my daughter for taking graduation photos. I'm gonna be like, you show off, honey. You show off. Post those photos. Your best friend from childhood, I see you take some photos, I'm gonna be like, go for it. Do it.
Liz had already announced that she was having a baby, and after the graduation, she had the baby, a daughter named Leighton, and she moved back in with her parents temporarily. A while after that, Anna started seeing someone too. There were posts and pictures of them together all over her social media accounts. And that got fans asking who she was, and she later confirmed via social media that he was her person, and they were together.
You on that sweet shit. You got my heart, got my mind. I think about you all the time.
After the confirmation by Anna, more speculation mounted on the Johnston's family over the fact that they consistently distanced themselves from Anna and her boyfriend, causing fans to draw conclusions that they were being racist towards Anna's boyfriend. These allegations have not been debunked till date, and since it became public knowledge that Anna was dating an African American, the family has had a number of family occasions that she could and should have been a part of, but wasn't. The whole family even took a trip together to Puerto Rico, and everyone was there. Trent and Amber, Liz with her partner and her baby. Jonah was also there with Ashley. Literally every member of the family was there with their partner. The only person missing was Anna, for whatever reason. After the news broke at that time, the Sun published a paper saying that Anna was invited for the trip, but she refused the offer to go. Maybe due to a scheduling issue or the timing of the trip just didn't work for her. As the rest of her family went on the trip to Puerto Rico, Anna stayed back, and one day she hopped on Instagram to do a live Q&A session with some fans. On the Insta Live, she said that she never received an invitation to the trip and was never really included in the plans, as confirmed by Redditors that were on the live session. Her admission implying that Amber and her family lied to the news outlet that reached out to them. After the Puerto Rico trip, Anna stayed mostly distant from her family, even when Leighton's birthday party came along. Another full-on family event, as they celebrated the first birthday of Elizabeth's daughter. Again, Anna was missing at the occasion. At this time, fans started questioning if she was even still part of the Johnston's family, or if she had been disowned. The family didn't even do as much as acknowledge her absence, causing further unrest among their fans. Later on, when Liz and her partner put up videos of the birthday celebrations up on TikTok, fans rushed the comments questioning why Anna was once again not part of the celebrations. which Liz responded by saying that she was invited but didn't show. Anna once again took to social media to inform fans of the true reality that she had not been invited to the party, adding that if she was invited, she would have gone there regardless of the situation, and it broke her heart that she wasn't invited and couldn't see her family on that special day. As if all the public alienation from her family wasn't enough of a burden for Anna, then came the video from TLC. As the family prepared for the rollout of their latest season, TLC, the show owners had the family do a video cameo for social media, where they compared the differences in generations within the family. Gen X versus Gen Z, basically, comparing how they answered calls, took pictures and all that.
Take a picture. Show me how you answer a phone.
Shortly after the video was posted on TikTok, fans who watched quickly noticed that Anna wasn't included in the video. Raising further questions about her ties with the family, even Anna responded to the video saying, "Oh, her favorite daughters, you see how I'm not in them," referring to the comparisons in the video. The sharp comment raised further concerns with fans now speculating that she would no longer be part of the show, a rumor that Anna finally confirmed a few days ago with a media outlet as announced on X. The reaction from fans to the news of Anna leaving the show was absolute outrage. Many of them admitted that they only watched the show because Anna was on it, and even went as far as threatening to stop watching the show if the producers and TLC went on with Anna. And while that drama was still unfolding, fans found out that Anna had already changed her name on her Instagram account, changing it from Anna Johnston to Anna Marie Johnston. The move now signaling to fans that she is really ready to leave the family totally and completely, as she is now about to give up the only thing still tying her to the family, which was the Johnston's family name. Anna has since moved on from that phase of her life and is now looking forward to what the future holds for her. She has moved out of the Johnston's house for a while now and is still living with her boyfriend and dog, focusing on her jewelry business. And although it seems great and like she got a rosy ending to the story, it is still not exactly so.
FBI, open up! You don't have to bang like that.
After a long wait and a lot of hard work, I finally bought my first home, and now I'm about to show everybody.
We've gotten the grand tour.
Oh, okay.
So she's showing us
Like,
kids.
so you want me to stand like that with you?
Mom was her realtor.
Live it. It's a realtor, not realtor.
Just a few months back, new rumors started circulating in the 7 Little Johnstons dedicated Reddit community. The word on the street is that Anna and her boyfriend were having small fights and quarrels. The original post alleged that Anna was live on her Instagram on New Year's Eve or the day before, and her boyfriend came into the room and her phone went flying, almost immediately. The user went on to add that people talking about this on social media platforms claim to have heard Anna say to him, "You know this is live, right?" and also tell him to not be mean to her dog. They also alleged that he hit her, but there is no real proof of that as the phone was already far back and any noise that was heard could have been anything. This story was somehow also corroborated by a post again on Instagram by Anna, where she said, "She doesn't cry over people, but she cries over the way she gets treated." This post caused fans to start believing that her new home still isn't a happy one. TLC and the show's producers built the show on representation, normalizing dwarfism, they claimed. But as the show's ratings peaked on dramatic episodes, public arguments, emotional confrontations, and forced family unity, the network decided to keep Anna around for the drama bait, but just not in a starring role. And as the show drifted toward sensationalism, emotional authenticity fell away. TLC had a choice to make: showcase a united family or preserve their brand. And they chose their brand. Anna is still surviving. She's graduated, started her own business, bought a home, and above all, she's found her voice. The Johnstons may continue filming, but Anna is thriving away from cameras, away from control.